Okay, folks that have been following my updates, this would be, I guess, week 10. We skipped after week 8 after we did with that first set of fry, but you know, we're at where we're at. I'm gonna stop following those particular ones. This is a combination of 2 batches. It's in this 55. I was able to get rid of, I did do an exact count, I'm saying 60, 70 that I sent back to Mr. Lust, my guy's getting a fish from a classroom. We sent a bunch back. You'll see in here, you'll see a bunch of larger ones, and there's a group of smaller ones like that guy. They're kind of sticking together. There's a bunch in that smaller area down there. But anyways, this is would be the second big group, or actually the third. The second big group is ones I sent back to Mr. Les. But this is the large batch. I had a bunch die on me. I had them in a kind of a little novelty aquarium at my house. They were cleaning my room. Got the floors all nice waxed, and it's clean again. Hope I can keep it that way. But anyways, I took these home, and the little plug that my aerator was in, we left for an afternoon working in a fireworks stand. And anyways, it got unplugged at some point, and when I got in, I'd say a third maybe were dead, and there's a bunch that are all gasping up along the top of the water, trying to get some air. You know, they had the most oxygen in it. But these are guys that survived. There's still a bunch. I mean, this is by far the biggest group. It's hard to see them with the water. I just changed out filters and fed them, and so the water looks just awful. Here in about 45 minutes to an hour, this would be great. You can see that they're all leaving little trails of mess behind, but anyways, they're eating well. Added a second Plecostomus. This thing is more than doubled in size since I got it in the tank just right before school was out, so a couple of months, and this thing is getting huge with all the extra food, the extra protein pellets and stuff around. He's growing fast. In my big tank, our biggest fish are getting big. There's the big male. There's some, I've stopped stripping the eggs out of the females that are holding eggs. I've just decided to just let it go, see what happens. I haven't seen any of these small fry. Either they've been eaten or they swallow them, or I don't know what happens. But there's at least 3 that I've seen in here. It's hard to see again because the water's, we did a big change with the filters and stuff, so it's going to be a little bit before it gets cleared up. But like that one there for sure. That one right there has, right here, I don't know if you can get it where you can see it, has some eggs. But anyways, that one there going up, that one is too. That one that's going in the tube right there. If she turns around, I'll be able to get a glimpse of them. But you can compare the first fry, which is one of those, to the ones I've got now. They're probably a pound and a half, maybe. They're not going. They're just they're having babies left and right. At least they're not eating. So when they are got eggs in their mouth, they're not eating, so they're not growing. But you can see that one right there. She's kind of miffed at people. Again, the water is just awful. But numbers and stuff are still good. My acidity level is still high. I can't get it down closer to 7. It's still in the low 8s. As far as the plants go, this tomato plant is just kind of going everywhere. I've got buds all over it. Here's a, get over here out of that light. You can see where it's shot up there, and I've tied it trying to hold it up, and it's just kind of going everywhere. I've got flower buds kind of everywhere. It's hard to see, but no tomatoes. There's if I understand it right, I'm missing some potassium. It's I need to supplement my potassium levels in my system, so I've been adding phosphoric acid from a supplier, and I haven't seen, it's been growing, just haven't seen any production of fruit. I've added a stevia plant. That's what this is here. Over the back, you can see there's it's a squash vine that's taken off and just kind of doing its own thing. It's got a very good, nice, healthy root, and it's going to town. Hopefully we'll get something out of it. I'll try to keep it at least in the box. The cinnamon basil going off. I spent time trying to trim back All this is sweet mint, but it's flowered out here. I'm going to try to trim it back and see if it'll come back without having to replant it, but it's just huge. Before school, I've got to trim all this stuff back. I've got a chili pepper here that's shot way up high. Again, I can grow stuff, I just can't produce fruit. So I've got to obviously look into my nutrient levels in different plants and see what they need. There's another pepper here. These are sweet bell peppers. Again, they're growing but not producing fruit yet. In the back, this is sweet basil. It's doing its thing. I just pulled this one out today. It's kind of got wedged up in there. I don't know if it's getting burned or how that's working, but this is okra right here. It's finally getting tall. I've had some strawberries pop off of this plant, but they're kind of mutant looking. I don't think anybody want to eat them, but they're at least producing something. Finally getting something that's producing fruit. This is another one of stevia plants. The jumbo jalapeno in the back there, it's finally grown a little bit, throwing some buds out there, but nothing growing yet. I still have yet to do my filters. I've got like a final checklist I've got to get before school starts, so I'm going to try to add a filter here that filters off stuff before it goes back here. I want to add a filter behind this where all this system here drains into the raft system. Raft system has not been a successful experiment. I think it's a combination of my water quality as far as the acid being high and not using the right plants. This lettuce that I've been growing, it's still alive, but the root systems are not big enough. I don't know if it's just I need bigger pots to start them in or what, but not doing well. I did throw a couple tomato seeds in here and they're taking off. I think the tomatoes are doing well. They like I understand they're a big nutrient extractor. They suck a lot of stuff out. For me, for purposes of keeping the water clean, I might be planting a lot of tomatoes and not getting any fruit, but at least using it more or less to keep the water clean, because it does that really well. So anyways, it's a short and sweet version of what I've got going. There's still stuff I want to change and do, and we've got this is the 9th, I think, of July. I've got another week or so, then I go on vacation, and then coaches meetings and 2-a-days start, and then all chaos. It just, if you're a teacher coach, you're pretty much busy from beginning of August all the way through April at least, if not after that. Just depends on what sports you're coaching. But I'll still continue to try to do what I can on the weekends and trying to get this system in it's getting finished. It's just stuff I want to get where it's kind of self-maintaining. I want to move all these adult fish into the 55 and move all of the younger ones, the ones that we kind of grow out, into the big 270, and just kind of let them kind of do their thing until they're ready to be harvested. When it's ready to make more babies, we'll kind of strip the eggs out as they go, because they're constantly making babies, and kind of go that route. Anyways, this is the last batch that I'll continue to try to raise. They're probably 3 weeks old, so maybe 4. Anyways, thanks for y'all who's watching these. Share and like and subscribe and all that mess if you're interested in this. I had a gentleman ask a question, or at least post a comment on my last video about the acidity level and as it matures. I think my biggest problem, and I'm sorry I haven't replied, my biggest problem I think with that is the tap water that I'm adding into my system constantly. It's like at 8.4 coming out of the tap, which is normal, but as far as trying to run an aquaponics system, it's not. So I think I'm going to try to make some type of cistern in here, which would make a lot of the custodial ladies and go nuts, but some way so I can get a bunch of water and kind of precondition it, start adding acids to it and try to get it closer to 7, so when I top off, I'm topping off with nothing but 7.0 ish water, and maybe that'll help get the system going. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, post. Hopefully this will be the first year I'll have the system actually working and not having to build it through the year, so I'll be able to use it fully in my class. Someone's texting me, so I gotta go. Thanks for watching.